here? Why are all of you guys dressed in those robes with those hats that when I graduated I could never get right on my head, right? And those tassels that are hanging down? Why are we here? I think you really need to think about that. There is a reason that all of us are getting together to celebrate something. And that something is you 101 graduates. Why? Because you quit? Because you walked away and said, I can't do this? Because you found something better to do than to sit down and study? Or to go out and work? To learn a trade? No. We are here because each one of you, every single one of you, and I really want you to listen to me, all of you possess these qualities. And all of you, I urge you to use these qualities to continue on your journey. Courage. Do you have courage? I'm sorry, do you have courage? I can't hear you. Do you have courage? Of course you do. Of course you have courage. Why do you have courage? Well, let me see. You got yourself here, right? Took a little bit of courage to sit down, do your work, to face the challenges that were posed for you to get your degree. Would it be easy to walk away? Yeah? Are you guys quitters? I'm sorry. Are you quitters? You're right. You're not. And that's what we're celebrating. We're celebrating your courage. And also, did it take hard work to get here? I'm sorry, I can't hear you again. Why is this side so quiet? Did you work hard to get here? Whoa, you guys are really quiet. I'll answer it for you. You better have, right? Or this wouldn't be such a big deal. That's why we're here. Think about all the hard work you did to get here. Sitting down at a desk to study, working hard outside to learn new skills. This took hard work. Now I better hear every single one of you on this. Do you have dedication? Yeah. You're absolutely right. You do. Dedication to do what? To do it. You're right. You committed to finish. And it took dedication for you to get here. And lastly, perseverance. Do you have perseverance? Yes. Many of you came back. Some of you walked away and said, I'm not coming back. I just walked out. But you all had perseverance to come back and to complete this degree and to complete this program. You didn't quit. So for all of those things, give yourself a hand. Good job. Now, the major point of my speech, and you're maybe wondering, what on God's earth is this? And what does this have to do with anything? It has a lot to do with you and me and anyone else from our backgrounds. I'll tell you a little story, and everything I'm about to tell you is related to one thing and one thing only. And it relates to what Catherine said earlier. This is about education. You see, this picture over here was taken in 1938 in a place called Logan Elementary School in Santa Ana, California. There's an 8-year-old boy in that picture. And that 8-year-old boy went to Logan School. You know what Logan School was called back then? A Mexican school. That's what they called it. They called it a Mexican school because they took kids that could not speak English or had darker skin than white folks and sent them to this school. This person that's in there, that boy and his 2 sisters, went to that school. They had to walk a lot farther than the white kids had to walk to get to their school. They got lice at that school. They were taunted and teased as they walked to school. And what happened? And it all started right here. It started in Orange County. The fight to stop this. There was a little case called Mendez versus the Westminster School District. You see, there was a person named Mendez that went to Westminster School, a Mexican school. And they were told you couldn't go to the white school. You had to go to the lice-infested school where the Mexicans went. They used other language than that. You can imagine what it is. And they said, this isn't fair. This is something that's not right. And we got to do something about this. So you know what they did? They went to the courts. And they filed a federal lawsuit saying that this is not fair. The first court that heard said, yeah, it is. Then they appealed that. And it went up to the Court of Appeals. And at that particular time, the governor of the state of California was a guy by the name of Earl Warren. And there was this incredible law student who turned lawyer who wrote what was called an amicus brief, a man named Thurgood Marshall. And they argued that this simply was not fair. And the court said, you know what? It's not. You see, you 101 graduates here, that guy named Earl Warren subsequently became the Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court. And that guy named Thurgood Marshall became an Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court. And they had a case in front of them called Brown versus Board of Education. And that was filed by other minorities that had to go to their schools because they weren't welcomed in white schools. And that California Supreme Court case said, you know what? This isn't fair. And that changed everything. So back to this 8-year-old boy. This 8-year-old boy, when he became 18, the United States drafted him into the United States Army. And this little boy, now a young man, went off to the Pacific War in World War II to fight for a country that didn't allow him to go to a school. But he did. And when he was gone, there was a vice principal that saw something in this little boy and said, you know what? This kid is working really hard. He took that little boy's, young man's, transcripts and sent them to USC. And when that little boy, young man, came back from war, that young man had been accepted to USC without his even knowing it. We were living on a street called Logan Street, my family. And as you know, Logan Street in Santa Ana, it's a pretty heavily gang-infested area now. So that young man went to USC and worked like you. Used these things such as courage, hard work, dedication, and perseverance. And graduated with an accounting degree. His first language was Spanish. He too was teased. Why do we have Mexicans here? This is the University of Southern California. He stood through it and got through it and graduated. He came back to Santa Ana. And he did accounting for businesses like bars. One of the bar's cash registers went out. Back then, these were called NCR cash registers. They were big cash registers. It was broken. And he took it to the place where it's to get fixed. And the man that fixed them also spoke Spanish and said to my father in Spanish, or the boy, did I just give it up? The young man, hey, I thought you wanted to go to law school. He said, I've been thinking about it. He said, well, you should go. That young man went home, spoke to his father, and his father said one simple word in Spanish. Go. And he did. And he again was ridiculed what are you doing in law school? We don't allow Spanish speakers here. And he used those things that you have to get through law school. He passed this little test called the bar exam. And guess what? That little boy became the first Spanish-speaking lawyer in the county of Orange. Became the first municipal court judge in the county of Orange. And that little boy became the first Superior Court Hispanic judge in Orange County. He was the first Spanish-speaking lawyer and the first Spanish-speaking judge. Why was that significant? It was significant because just a little bit later, there was another judge that was appointed by the name of Frances Munoz in this county. She was immediately challenged because of her last name, and she won that challenge in an election. You see, you 101, she was the first Latina judge in the United States of America, and she came from here. That little boy, I'll show you who it was. It's this one right here. And as I mentioned, that little boy is my father, Judge James O. Perez, who, by the way, is still alive at 89, lives here in Fullerton, has done so for the last 60 years. And what he would tell you is the same thing I'm telling you. Use these things to continue your education. If it weren't for education, he would never have become an accountant. And as mentioned earlier, no one can take that away from you. No one. Then he went to law school. And can you imagine the doors that are opening up, just like the doors are opening up for each one of you? So if I have a message to each one of you today, and I really want you to think about this, and I want you to remember this moment, is I'm telling you that each one of you possess these traits. I promise you that. And that you can use these things to do great things. Do not stop in your education. You hear me? Yeah. Good. I want you to continue your education and continue using these traits to drive you. I'm very proud of all of you for getting through this. I don't know all of you, but I know you have these traits and characteristics, the same as that little boy did back in 1938. So congratulations on a job well done. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't because of who you are, the language you speak, the color of your skin. That's all garbage. I'd use another word, but I'm not going to use it. And you continue to show how proud you are of where you came from and what you do. I couldn't be proud of you, all of you. So today is a very special day because of these things that you have done. And for your family and everyone else here, I can tell you, even without knowing them, how proud they are of each one of you. And all of you should walk out of here knowing that you have these characteristics in you, and that you hope, my hope is that you continue to use them. So enjoy today, everybody. You've certainly earned it. Congratulations.
Good morning. This is our third graduation with the Orange County Conservation Corps Charter School, and it seems like it comes faster every year, the preparation, but it's well worth it when we get a chance and the opportunity to see you put the gown on, and then the transformation begins. But that transformation also, it started in the classroom, and as Judge Perez had mentioned, that the work that it took for you to come back and then take this task on is noteworthy. But also, there was efforts in the classrooms that made that possible, and the folks that seldom get acknowledged. So at this time, I would like to acknowledge our staff. We began the year, and we had 3 of our teachers obtain positions elsewhere. So some of you have started with, do you recall Mr. Dan Whiter, Ms. Elmira Kalalo? Okay. They were with us, and also Mr. Allen Hobbs was with us. So they all assumed positions elsewhere. And here we started with a brand-new set who took the torch and ran with it. Our first teacher, Deborah Barbre, Ms. Barbre, taught English, Casey Prep English. And computers, and in addition, she started a guitar class as an elective. She plays in a band, so, and sings, and was one of the most popular classes. She will be regrettably moving on to another position, another assignment. She has a calling and wants to fulfill that as well, but Ms. Barbre, you will be missed. Terrell Reyes. Mr. Reyes taught science. He taught life and physical science as well as health. In addition, he developed an environmental-related science course, and Mr. Reyes is exploring various options to fully employ his many experiences and abilities. He came to us with a lot of experiences, having been in the military for over a decade. So he's going to go and push to see what boundaries he can extend in his own personal career. Good luck, Mr. Reyes. Thank you. Naomi Copland. She looks like a student because she barely had just gotten past their age. Mrs. Copland taught math, algebra, ST math, Casey math prep as well. In a very short time, because she took over Ms. Kalalo's position, came in and we hired her for the last 2 quarters, and demonstrated that she is a force to be reckoned with in the classroom. But her love is to teach elementary school, and she has several really good offers out there waiting for her, and she's going to take them up on it, so she will regrettably also be moving on. Thank you, Mrs. Copland. Dana Putnam Hayes. Mrs. Hayes, as well as Mrs. Copland, came to us as long-term subs and earned our respect and gratitude for their work in such a short period of time. Mrs. Hayes teaches social science, which includes world and U.S. history, government and econ, and Mrs. Hayes will return next year, and we are thrilled to have her. Thank you. Lily Delgadillo. Mrs. Delgadillo was the one on the staff that took the rope and literally dragged some of these guys across the finish line. She is our online teacher. We have an online component, over 120 courses, all A through G UC approved, and she oversees that whole enterprise. Under her tutelage and leadership, we're serving larger numbers of students online. She is a wonderful asset to the overall program. Thank you, Mrs. Delgadillo. Olivia Brown. Mrs. Brown teaches literacy in a manner in which I've never seen before. We have a history in that. As a former principal at 2 other schools, I seemed to hire every place I went, and this was no exception. So, but she does an incredible job, and many of you had her to increase your and enhance your English skills. Mrs. Brown is also part of our administrative team, and her service is highly valued. Thank you, Mrs. Brown. And Ms. Bowen, I know she's wandering around out here. She's in the halls someplace, but who's responsible for all this? But every graduate here had contact with her, attendance. She passes out the incentives. One of our students couldn't remember her name, so we referred to her as Miss 211. That's her extension. So it's a good handle. Mrs. Bowen, wherever you are, thank you. And lastly, Kelly Inouye, you're out here someplace, Miss Inouye. She's hiding. Everything that needs to be done, technician-wise, registrar attendance, and then some. She's got the mind for it, has the patience for it. I've learned a great deal from her. She's also part of our school administrative team, and she will be returning as well. Thank you, Kelly. Hal, where are you, Hal? Okay. I'm putting him on the spot is because Hal and I had a conversation a couple of months ago, and he coined this wonderful phrase, the least, the last, and the lost. And I took that phrase and said, that's us. That's us. So I borrowed that. I told you I would. I threatened you I would, and I did borrow that. This is for you, for my address to you, the class of 2015. Several years ago, there was this much troubled soul who had hit a dead end. The troubled soul knew it had run out of options. It had come to realize that life, as it knew, did not care in the least that it was suffering. The troubled soul asked life for another chance, another opportunity, and most of all, for care to come back into its life. Life was scornful. And life retorted, you had your chances, you had your opportunities, you had care and concern in your grasp, and you let them slip through your fingers like sand passing through an unclenched fist. Life said, you are now the least of my worries. I walk with those who want and need my care. You must now and forever carry the mantle of the least. Turn away and forge your own journey, life added. The troubled soul wandered and wandered and wandered. Then it came upon circumstance. The troubled soul asked circumstance, when will it be my turn again? When will I get the chance to change the course of my journey? Will my days once again fill up with promise and hope? Circumstance scoffed. Where were you when I provided you with promise and hope? You did not see me. You chose to ignore me, and you let me fade into memory, and now you are the last of my worries. Continue your journey and wander far from me, for you are now the least and the last of your kind. The troubled soul wandered and wandered and wandered. The soul came to a fork in the road. The road divided into three separate directions. The road had no signs that would help guide the soul. The soul then asked the road, tell me, road, which direction should I choose? I am lost. Please point the way for me, for I have been lost for as long as I can remember. And the road hissed. You were once very familiar with me. You were once very sure of which direction to travel. You abandoned me and sought new and dangerous roads. Turn away from me, for I guide only those who wish to stay on the right path. Your journey will forever be unclear, and you will carry the label of the least, the last, and the lost. But before turning away, the troubled soul implored, when will this end? When will I see my journey end? Then it came. A voice, the voice of suffering, came from a barely audible location. Your journey has ended. You have suffered. All the graduates here before you have suffered enough. There are many journeys, many stories, and we've heard them all. Bad choices, bad decisions, bad circumstances, but a new road. Class, a new road stands before you. You now have a map. Look at it often, make a difference, and above all else, travel well, class of 2015. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Olivia Brown. This is Mrs. Deborah Barbre. And we will be giving out some very special awards to some very special graduates today. So will the following graduates please join us up on stage? Jesica Venegas. Miguel Maldonado. Michelle Breceda. David Guerrero. Myra Lopez. Devin Sanchez. Gerard Abesolo. And Remy Uraje Gonzalez.
Good morning. This award is given to students who have overcome major obstacles and inspire greatness in other students. The two students who were selected as most inspiring include a student who has earned a high school diploma twice, once in his home country of Cameroon and today in the United States. Yes. The second student has inspired his classmates with his intimate and compelling story of substance abuse and recovery. Ladies and gentlemen, Gerard Abesolo and Remy Uraje Gonzalez. Stay here, Gerard.
I told Gerard that I had a special surprise for him today. When I met Gerard a year ago, he came to our school. He spoke only French. He didn't speak a word of English. And so he was in Mr. Cepeda's class, and they were speaking to him, and he would graciously say, "Oui, monsieur, oui, madame." And in my very broken attempt at French, I tried to welcome Gerard to our school. So Gerard today, he of course has come so far in being able to speak the language and speaking English, and so we're so proud of him. But I wanted to congratulate him in French, and so Gerard, félicitations, je suis si fière de toi.
Merci.
Our next award is for Core Member of the Year. Our Core Member of the Year award is given to the individuals that show an amazing work ethic both on the work site and in the classroom. This honor is reserved for graduates that show leadership, integrity, and personal responsibility. The two recipients of this award have displayed great character while wearing a Core Member uniform, and they have made us very proud. This year's Core Members of the Year are Myra Lopez and Devin Sanchez.
Our next award goes to Students of the Year. Students of the Year have demonstrated a commitment to an educational path and exhibited outstanding leadership qualities at OCCC. With pleasure, I present this award to two exceptional students who have embraced our school and contributed dramatically to a positive school culture, Michelle Bracera and David Guerrero. It is my pleasure to introduce your class salutatorian. This award goes to the student who maintains the second highest GPA in the class of 2015. As a teacher, there are some students you will never forget. When you get to know Miguel Maldonado, you know that under all those tattoos is a mind of a true academic and a kind heart. It is my hope that the next time Miguel holds a diploma, it comes from a university. It is my pleasure to present the class of 2015 salutatorian, Miguel Maldonado.
And lastly, the school valedictorian is the highest honor given at graduation. The valedictorian is the one student who has earned the highest grade point average of all the graduates. The achievement of this high honor should be admired and celebrated. This year's valedictorian is a young woman that came to our school needing all of her high school credits. She is a wife and a mother of 4 children. The gas. She didn't set out to earn this high achievement, but her outstanding effort in the classroom set her apart, and it came as no surprise to her teachers and to the staff at OCCC Charter that she was selected for this high honor. We are so proud of this young lady, and I cannot wait to hear the next chapter in her ongoing story of success. I told you I was going to cry. It is my great honor to announce this year's valedictorian, Miss Jesica Venegas.
Good morning, all. Our first student speaker was a core member who was constantly recognized by his supervisors for his good attitude and great work ethic. As a student, he was able to maintain all A's and B's in all of his classes. And he was able to accomplish this by also being a father to his soon-to-be 3-year-old, Chanel. Please help me welcome Eduardo Lopez.
Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to start off by thanking the OCCC staff for hosting this event and giving me the opportunity to be a speaker in 2015 graduation. I can say that I never pictured myself wearing a cap and gown and standing in front of an audience sharing a little bit about my life and experience with the OCCC. Growing up, school was never a priority to me, and graduating was not on top of my to-do list. I was only 12 years old when things started to go downhill for me. I stopped caring about school. Hanging out with my friends was the only thing I liked doing. Ditching school, using drugs and alcohol were the reasons why I got kicked out from school and got sent to Access Continuation School. I was never able to get caught up with schoolwork and lost all hopes of going back to regular school. Looking back, it was then when I decided to make the worst decision and drop out of school. Most of my time was consumed in the streets doing things I shouldn't have been doing. A couple years after that, I found out I was going to be a dad of a baby girl named Chanel. At that time, the party life was more important than spending time with my daughter. I never dedicated any time to her. I didn't realize the mistake I was making by choosing friends over my own family. Eventually, the party scene started catching up to me and sent me in and out of jail. January 2014 is when I was last arrested. I was in jail facing 2 years on a strike. I never pictured myself in that situation and thought that during those 2 years I would have lost part of my baby Chanel's childhood. Luckily, my charges went down to 6 months and no strikes. During those 6 months, I made a promise to myself to become a better person so my daughter can have a good role model. I received assistance and guidance from Counselor Jamie. She guided me and made me trust in myself. She was a helpful and caring counselor. While I was still serving time at the YLA, I met Ramirez, who came in to do a presentation on OCCC and the services they offered. The minute I completed my sentence, I reached out to him and to enroll in the work program and also enroll in school so that I could pick up where I had left off. I became a responsible individual, waking up in the morning and making it to work on time, coming back from work after a tough day and staying from school to catch up on my credits. It was not an easy journey, but never impossible. I maintained good grades and passed most of my classes with A's. I can't thank enough OCCC staff members for helping me stay on the right path. Serafin, thank you for being a good mentor and being there for me when I needed it, for giving me the opportunity to assist with outreach and recruitment, and for allowing me to share the wonderful experience I've had in OCCC with future corps members. Priscilla, you showed me you cared about me, helped me with certifications and incentives, and encouraged me to be at work every single day and becoming responsible with my work duties. Ramiro, thanks for guiding me with college enrollment. You're a cool and funny guy. Teachers for helping me reach my goals. Ms. Reed and Ms. Judah from Max's Continuation School, you both were amazing teachers as well. I appreciate all your help and advice. Most importantly, I want to thank my parents for being there for me and my daughter. They were the only ones that were there for me when I was in jail. Mother, I admire you for always standing by my side and never giving up on me. I love you and I want you to know that you are the best mother anyone can ever have. Today I am different. I'm in a different situation from the one I was a few years ago, and both are still by my side. I worked hard to make you both proud, and all the hard work has paid off. I am now standing here minutes away from attaining my high school diploma. I am also enrolled now in Santa Ana College, where I will be starting in fall, seeking for an AA degree. So my advice to you all is simple. We've already taken the first steps by making it to the ceremony today. Now it's time to take the next steps into a journey that is our lives and begin to build our futures. Congratulations, class of 2015.
Please join me in welcoming Myra Lopez, Corps Member of the Year, for a speech. Good morning. My name is Myra Lopez. First off, I would like to thank all of the friends and family that are here to support the graduating class of 2015. One important thing I have learned is that life is all about choices. Either you take the easy way and you listen, or you take your own path and see for yourself what life experiences you will gain. I decided to take my own path and lived a little too fast. I dropped out of high school my sophomore year to take care of my first daughter, Aaliyah. I worked at jobs, making minimum wage, at some points working 2 and 3 jobs to provide for my family. You can say I grew up too fast and didn't enjoy my youth. But who am I kidding? I'm still young. The decisions I made became my life lessons and experiences that have made me proud woman I become. I'm a proud mother of 2 very beautiful girls that are my world. I love you, Aaliyah and Valerie. Now I'm here earning my high school diploma. Proudly I've made it, despite those who doubted me, and at the same time, I made it because of those who were there to support me. People always tell me that once I earn my diploma, it's the end of my education. But for me, it is just the beginning. I will be attending Santa Ana College this summer and plan to transfer to California University of Irvine to complete my criminal justice degree. I would like to give thanks to the staff of Orange County Conservation Corps. Without them, I don't think we would be here at this moment. Celebrating the special day that means so much to us. They put up with us, our problems, and our excuses, giving us that motivation to keep going in life and become somebody in life. In closing, I would like to leave the graduating class of 2015 with a favorite quote I use as my motivation. Ask yourself if what you're doing today is getting you closer to where you want to be tomorrow. Thank you.
It is great pleasure and honor that I introduce this next speaker. He received Most Inspirational Student. He has truly inspired his fellow classmates and his fellow graduates with honor. Please welcome up Remy Urahi Gonzalez.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Remy Urahi Gonzalez. My first graduation speech, 8 years in the making. Today is such an amazing day for all of us. All of us includes everyone here, not just as graduates. Today we continue our journey. This journey is perhaps the most difficult one we have had. Our journey to become someone with pride, someone that people will look up to. Today is our day. We have sat in class before, all quiet, because we didn't quite know each other. Now look at us, all giggly, squirming in our seats like little kids. We have come to know our struggles as a whole. Who would ever know that our struggles were the same? Procrastination is sure an anchor that just holds your dreams back for no particular reason, but just laziness. Procrastination is a true burden. Just keep showing up. These words have been etched in my mind since I walked into Ms. Barbari's class. I have been showing up, not every day, but I have tried hard every day. To our family and friends, I want you who have come to see your loved ones walk and hold that diploma to praise whomever you came to see and recognize him or her for their accomplishment today. Also, tell him or her that there's more ahead and education doesn't have to end here. To all the graduates, some of us have had it pretty rough. I want you to tell yourselves that you are proud of being here today. Today is a chapter in life that will open new doors to our future. Today is a day where we won't look back. Today we are here as the Orange County Conservation Corps class of 2015. Give a round of applause.
She's our final speaker. As you've already learned, she is a mother of 4, a wife, a hardworking and dedicated student, but most importantly, she is a positive role model for all of our students to look up to, one who's achieved so much in the last 2 years. Again, it's my pleasure to reintroduce our valedictorian, Mrs. Jesica Venegas.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to start off with thanking God. Okay. He has given me, I want to start thanking God for all He has given me, good or bad, because all I have been through has made me the better person I am now. I also want to congratulate all of you graduates for this successful achievement. I know this wasn't easy, but it's not, but it is, God. I know this wasn't easy, but it's definitely not easy when you give up on yourself and on your education. There are 4 reasons why I decided to come back to school after 8 years. Their names are Joshua, Ashley, Daniel, and Camila. My 4 wonderful kids. Every time I see my children, and oh God. Every time I see my children and how well they are doing in school, I tell myself that if I want them to become someone in life, I have to start with myself. I remember as a child, in every school year open house, the teacher would always have a project for I remember that as a child, every school open house teacher would have us do a project of the person we wanted to be when we grew up. And I would always say that I wanted to be an astronaut. My teacher would say that I could become one because I was a very smart girl. I also was very friendly and helpful to others. Every new school year, I used to receive those Student of the Month awards. Not only that, I used to receive those called a being good recess. My mom still conserves those. Thank you, Mom. One day, I received the bad news that changed my life. We had to move to another city. That meant that I had to leave all of my friends and the school I loved because my dad had lost his job. Ever since that day, I would see my parents struggle every day trying to have something on the table to feed my sisters and I. Almost every month we had to look for a new place to live, a new school to attend, but that didn't keep me from doing well in school. That just made me a little wiser. I think my dad got tired of trying to survive that day by day and left my mom. But as a mother, our priority is to keep trying for our kids, and that's what my mother did. She kept on trying while my dad became a part-time father. That didn't mean I could hold grudges towards him. He always motivated me till this day, even though he's not here right now. Because my dad wasn't here all the time, the struggles became harder for my mom. When she would leave to work, there would be no one to take care of my sisters and I. But as the oldest sister, I had to take care of them. Starting my middle school year, things weren't very easy. I'm talking about teens trying drugs, becoming gang members, and I was just so confused, surrounded by drugs and gangsters, looking at my mom's struggle. My dad doing things he didn't supposed to. I gave up on school and my dreams were so far away. I started to rebuild myself down, the last thing my mom ever needed. I would leave my house and not come home for 1 or 2 days. My mom was always looking for me out the streets. Every time she would find me or I would come back home, my dad would always be there to give me a big sermon, the kind of sermons teens hate from their parents. At the age of 14, one of my sisters presented me to a friend of hers. Little did I know he was going to change my life for good. We dated for almost 5 or 6 months. When we left to Chicago, without anyone knowing, and we were underage. I made my mom suffer a lot, more than she needed. I'm very sorry, Mom. On April 23rd, 2005, I became a mother. Soon after, my other babies, Ashley and Daniel, came along. My life changed completely. I was trying to give school another chance, but I just couldn't. After 4 years, my 4th baby, Camila, came to the world. I couldn't go back to school anymore. I had a family already. They were all my priority. I kept focused on my family and other things. School wasn't on my plans. My children were getting older and starting school. I realized that as kids, we always look up to our parents and want to grow up and be just like them. So I got myself together, heard about this new law named the DREAM Act. This law passed in October 2011, making undocumented eligible for state college aid. The DREAM Act opened those golden doors for me. Because now, thanks to this law, I can study anything I want and legally work on the career I choose. For that to happen, I had to fit in the requirements, and one of them was to get my high school diploma. So I enrolled on OCCC on February 2014 and started attending on March 2014, needing 2005 credits. I knew things weren't going to be easy because I am a housewife, but I did it, and my hard work paid off. To my family, I really appreciate all the support you guys gave me on this new step of my life, especially my sister Elisabeth. She helped me out with the babysitting. To the OCC staffs, I want to thank all of you for all the help and the motivations. I'm always going to be thankful for the second chance you guys gave me, because not everybody gives us a second opportunity to educate people like us. Thank you again, because today I can say I'm proud of myself, and I'm always also becoming the role model I want for my kids to have. To my friends, we are now off to great places. I wish the best in life for you. I hope we can still keep in touch. Congratulations, grad, we did it.
Board member, Board President Dorothy MacNevin, through the authority vested in me by the California State Board of Education and the Orange County Conservation Corps Charter School Board, I hereby affirm and certify that the students presenting themselves for graduation today have met all the requirements set forth to receive a diploma. Therefore, it is with great pride that I present to you the graduating class of 2015.
As president of the Orange County Conservation Corps Charter School, and on behalf of the school board, I proudly accept the graduating class of 2015. Their status as graduates may now be conferred with the awarding of their diplomas.
Jesica Venegas. Miguel Maldonado. Myra Lopez. Devin Sanchez. David Guerrero. Remy Uraje Gonzalez. Gerard Abisolo. Michelle Braceda. Eduardo Lopez. Teresa Maldonado. Jesus Ramirez. Raymond Lopez. Kevin Lezama. Carlos Fuller. Edgar Pina. Rhett Tipones. Octavio Tirado. Dario Leon. Merlyn Garcia. Gustavo Manso. Edward Rodriguez. Elisabeth Gonzalez. Griselda Santiago Flores. Osvaldo Alvarado Ponce. Raymond Tovar. Fernando Cortes. Salvador Gallardo. Eric Castarena. Colleen Moore. Antonio Adams.
Do you need to stand in?
Patricia Hernandez. Concepcion Diaz. Jerry Torreblanca. Maria Ceja.
Laura de la Sancha. Alondra Estrada. Melissa Gutierrez. Destiny De La Torre. Michael Rader. Bernice Medina. Vanessa Benavides. Rosie Pagalima. Jonathan Chavez. Joseph Badillo. Edward Alvarez. Yuri Latelpa. Ishmael Rodriguez. Duke Krieger. Jorge Navarrete. Henry Moreno. Wilbert Escobar. Milton Vasquez. Walter Walski. Jonathan Gomez. Ruben Garcia. David Miranda. Jonathan Macias. Alfredo Hernandez. Jesse Figueroa. Carmen Lopez. Jesse Torres. Manuel Ocampo. Jesse Mariatti. Jacqueline Aguilar. Marcio Parales. Howard Marroquin. Miguel Guardado. Anthony Lopez. Scott Santiago. Jose Gutierrez. Hector Romero. Marcus Moreno. Oscar Gomez. Christian Madrigal. Ana Cabrera. Kimberly Hernandez. Anissa Flores. Brian Agüero. Juan Martinez. Abel Chacon. Trevor Grimes. Ricardo Vasquez. Channing Gallant.
Well, we have a special we have a special guest. Dr. Luann Murray has something very special for you graduates.
Graduates, who wants to hear a rap from Igloo? All right, ready? You went all out. You didn't hesitate. We're all here to see you graduate.